My story, when Akash came to me, he said, speak about entrepreneurship, about your journey. And it so happens that I've been doing 30 years of entrepreneurship. There can be dozens of great stories. But what I wanted to share today was something that probably is important, is the foundation stone for everything that we do. I call it 3 A's, which is accept, act, and acknowledge. Look, entrepreneurship is a lonely journey. Life itself is a lonely journey. There will be ups and downs. There will be tough times. There will be challenging times when we would feel nothing is working out. And this is the time when the universe opens up, gives us weak signals of support, of blessings. And we must accept those blessings. And my story of whatever success I have achieved in different roles, in different companies, has been accepting these blessings, acting upon them, and most importantly, acknowledging the people who were behind those blessings. And that, I believe, is the most important thing that we must do. Wonderchef today, thankfully, is a very successful brand, a brand valued at about $200 million. I'm proud of it. But behind this lies a long story of 3 decades of blessings from different people. Let me begin by something that changed my life. I was growing up in Delhi, had lost my dad at an early age, was fortunate to get through to Delhi Engineering College, a great engineering school. But I didn't know anything beyond that. A lot of my classmates were doing GRE preps to go to USA. For me, that was a bridge too far to cross, leaving my mother and sister behind, not having enough money. And then one day, as I just finished a badminton game with a friend of mine, we settled down to have a sip of water. And out of the blue, he said, "Yaar, Ravi, मैं सोच रहा हूँ MBA कर लूँ." And it suddenly jolted me. Why? Because this man, this boy Ajay Verma, he unfortunately had flunked his 3rd year. So while we had all come to the 4th year, he was still in the 3rd year. And I said, यार अगर ये आदमी सोच सकता है MBA करने का, तो मैं क्यों नहीं सोच रहा हूँ? I asked him, what is MBA? What do they teach? And he gave me probably the most beautiful definition ever of MBA. He said, यार ये मेरे को तो ज़्यादा पता नहीं, but wherever we reach after doing engineering, in 10 years time, we will join at the same post after doing MBA. So I felt very excited. कि चलो, I said, ये पता कहाँ से चलेगा, क्या होता है? He said, यार मैंने भी अभी सुना है. And you know, there's this neighbor of mine who was in IIT Delhi, and he has gotten through some place and everybody is, giving him mithai. So let's go and meet him. So we immediately went and went to the home of this neighbor, rang the bell, and he was so gracious. I'd never met him earlier in my life. He sat us down, showed me all the papers, everything, took me through. I heard the word IIM for the first time in my life in that little room. And he said, देखो IIMs बेस्ट हैं, मेरा IIM कलकत्ता में हो गया है, तो अगर करना है तो वहाँ पे ट्राई करो. So I said, कैसे करते हैं? Remember, this was 1989. No Google, no Facebook, no mails, nothing, no information available. He said कि SBI, State Bank of India की ब्रांचेस में इसके फॉर्म्स मिलते हैं, maybe you go there. So I came home, and the next morning I rushed to State Bank of India branches. There were only 3 branches where these forms were supposedly available. I reached those branches. 2 जगह खत्म हो गया था form, but I kept acting on these 2 blessings that I had received, and just managed to reach the 3rd branch in Delhi University campus 5 minutes before it closes, and I managed to get the form. And I came to my college. It used to be near Bus Adda, Kashmiri Gate, a very non-sexy location in those days. So Kashmiri Gate पे आके I was sitting in my canteen scratching my head कि ये form कैसे भरना है. And there are always some funny people in every class, and they came to me and they said, क्या कर रहा है? I said, ये कुछ CAT का एग्ज़ाम होता है, I'm trying to understand कैसे भरूँ. बोलते यार हम 3 साल से तैयारी कर रहे हैं GRE की, CAT की, और तू आज फॉर्म लेके आया, तू तो कर नहीं रहा. So how the hell do you think that you'll get through? Why are you wasting your money? So my face dropped down. And third blessing in 2 days, this man who actually lives 1 kilometer from here, Abhijit Talukdar, he came to me, and he was not even in our section. Probably we had never even spoken. I was doing electronics, he was doing computer science. Very reticent guy. He came to me, he said, Ravi, are you preparing for CAT? I said, यार अभी फॉर्म लेके आया हूँ. He said, मैंने ना कुछ पेपर्स मंगाए हैं स्टडी सर्कल के, and I am not writing this year, so why don't you take those papers? I said, fine. So we went to his hostel room, I picked up the papers, I was a day scholar, I came to my home, opened those papers, seemed very simple, maths and English, and it is simple, but it's just that you need to be very good at it. And I said, there may be a chance, and I studied for about a month with his papers. The funny thing is, I acknowledge Abhijit everywhere, and when I meet him, he says, I don't even remember Ravi that I did all this. Okay, and that's the beauty of it. And I was fortunate to get through to all the IIMs and joined IIM Ahmedabad, where Rashmi was my classmate. And that was such an incredible journey. I mean, my life opened up after that, my vision opened up after that, met such wonderful people. One of my first jobs then was Sodexo. Today everyone has heard of this company. I was the first employee in India. I joined them in France, and I insisted to them, let's go back to India and let me start the operations. What a company. Beautiful, simple services, beautiful people, great culture, amazing people. I can name 100 of them who impacted my life in different ways. But today I'll share the story of just one person who again came in the form of a blessing, Nicolas Grasse. He is a Frenchman from Luxembourg. When I was starting India, he was the head of Sodexo Luxembourg, and he used to come and support me to build the business in India. We became friends. He left Sodexo, but we stayed in touch. And before leaving, he said something to me. He said, Ravi, the way you work for this company is like an entrepreneur. The term entrepreneur had not been coined till then. He said, you work like an entrepreneur in this company, where you don't even own a single share. So you know what? One day if you decide to do your own business, count me in. And that was such a mark of strength. And I thought to myself, कहाँ यार, I'm a middle class guy just trying to build a career. अपना business, हमारे कौन से ज़मीन जायदाद है कि मैं अपना business बनाऊँगा. And again, we had not heard the term VC and PE in those days. This is still early 90s. But it stayed with me. Sodexo became a very big success. When I left after 12 years as its CEO, building all 5 businesses, which became number 1 in India in their own right. It was over 1,000 crore company, more than 20,000 people working. Today, there are more than 120,000 people working for Sodexo in India. And I feel very proud and blessed that I could build this up. Then I left and joined Landmark Group, Dubai-based company which runs Lifestyle, Max and many other stores. And I built their hospitality business. Today we are in Powai. And some of you might remember the Yellow Chili restaurant here. So I built the Yellow Chili chain. I approached Chef Sanjeev Kapoor and I said that, Chef, you have such a big brand, why don't we do some restaurants together? And we built this Yellow Chili chain, Signature and some other restaurants, and today there are more than 60 restaurants all over the world. Gloria Jeans Coffees, some of you may remember, we built that. So overall, a lot of good things. And then a time came when I thought that, now is the time. I have built 10 businesses for others, 5 for Sodexo, 5 for Landmark Group. Let me do something on my own. And guess who I thought of? I thought of Nicolas Grasse. And I called him. And I said, Nicolas, I'm doing something on my own. What do you think? He said, what is the idea? I shared with him the idea of Wonderchef, that I would like to revolutionize Indian kitchens with good quality equipment, provide solutions, use technology as it evolves. He said, I am in, Ravi. And that gave me all the strength I needed, that gave me confidence. He brought a couple of other partners into the game who were again great people. And I approached Chef Kapoor. I said, sir, I'm going to quit Landmark and this is my idea. He has frankly been one of the biggest blessings of my life. Big celebrity, all of you know him, global celebrity. He didn't take one moment. He said, Ravi, I have seen the way you work over the last 3 years. Whatever you do, I will support you. And we became partners, we became co-founders of Wonderchef. But any journey is filled with terrorizing moments. And as an entrepreneur, and some of you present here will connect with that, the biggest terror is working capital, is the money that you need to build a business. And this was 2010, just after the global financial crisis. Again, there was no PE funding, no VC funding available. We built a little success. There was a little team which came together. All the passion was there. We started building a name for ourselves. But having reached 25-30 crore turnover, we hit a roadblock because there was no way we could expand without serious money. And I passed 1 year meeting some funds and we were too small for that. And again, the biggest blessing for Wonderchef came in the form of a Spanish gentleman who came to India through some connection. He wanted to meet me. And we were sitting together. We spent a few hours and he said, Ravi, you remind me of my youth in Venezuela when I was building my business. He was 75 at this time. I was 42. He said, I would like to support you. What do you need to build this business? His name is Jose Busquet. So I said, Jose, I need $1 million. And then we can professionalize the company. I can hire a chartered accountant as my CFO. I can set things right. I have good ideas, but we need to take it forward. It didn't take a moment. He said, done. I had tears in my eyes. I said, thank you, Jose. Today he is no more, but his daughter, his grandchildren, we are all very close as a family. Of course, he has an important stake in the company and I'm so happy to build value for him and his family. Why did all these people come in my life? I think just because at the right time, when I sought it, I was open to help. I was willing to act on that help. And I always acknowledged every single support that I got. And I still do. Because what happens? I find a lot of people, they get support, they seek it, but next time they meet the person who has done them a favor, they try to hide. Or they try to prove, ये तो हम आपके बिना भी कर सकते थे. We could have done it without you. There was no big deal. What does it cost? The person who has helped you is not seeking money. All they want, sometimes they don't even want, is just some respect or acknowledgement. But we as an entrepreneur, as people, we must do that. Because if we don't do that, somewhere we will start hiding from ourselves. We won't be able to look at the man in the mirror. And when the universe gives us some gift, we will not be able to acknowledge it, we will not be able to accept it. Our eyes will be shut. And it's not that I just received blessings. This journey has been tough. I received brickbats, as you can imagine, at every step. Probably much more in number than the blessings I got. The beauty of mind is that you can learn to forgive and forget. So I can count 100 blessings. Today I have shared 5 or 6. If you ask me to make a list of the brickbats, maybe I'll just list a few big ones because I have forgotten about them. And I think that has been one of the blessings that God has given to me, the ability to discern and to acknowledge. Thank you so much.